Hi, welcome to the Retirement Railroad. Night day modeling tip of the day, number 175. All right, this is part 8 of building Aurora. And it's kind of right now, where do we go from here? Well, right now I'm waiting on, I have one more front kit here. Well, I don't know where it's going to go, but I have one more kit to be built, bashed, hacked, that will drop down on the front to the team track. That's RJ Frost cold storage, Walter's kit. There's 2 more kits on order. Both should be here shortly. One is the hardwood furniture, and it actually, when it gets bashed, hacked, it will actually fit over the team track. All right, and then the other one is the new Walters Brewery kit. Okay? Now, one of the reasons I'm a little perplexed about where I'm going from here is I really need to take a look at them, and not just the plan that Walters supplies that you can look at when you order them, but 3-dimensional. Since these are getting hacked, all right, truncated so that they fit down on the team track, all right, I have extra pieces available, like I did for the flour mill, adding the annex onto the back. I also have to keep in mind the placement due to the railroad track that will be running down the street. And operational, there will be something going back and forth, whether it's a streetcar, trolley, or a switcher with a freight car running down the street. Something like that's going to be going on, powered by a Iowa scaled engineering motorman, I hope. Okay, so I've got to wait and see how these things are going to line out. Now, a couple other things I have to do. All right, I did get my street lights in on the most recent mail call, and but again, until you get the buildings and have their placements firmly set, I can't put the street lights in. A lot of people have asked me about the copper tape on top, front and back, and on the front. Some people saying it looks hideous. Well, you won't see it when everything's said and done. And because there will be a concrete block retaining wall between these buildings that will go right up on there. So I have that I can start on, at least on each side of half a cement. I do have that to do. I have the 2 backdrop buildings left to go as far as getting them ready for placement. But this one, Eagle Chemical and Humus, is the same architectural style as the hardwood furniture kit that's coming. So I want to see if or how those 2 can play on one another here in the scene. So it may be a lost cause getting that one ready right now. As far as the retail apartments over here behind me go, I may have to truncate those back, making it thinner. And so I really don't want to go into much detail on that either. So for the interim, we're going to work on the RJ Frost cold storage, because I do have that kit, and I'll show how I use the scroll saw, my new scroll saw, and benchtop sander to do these truncations like I did here with the Dremel. But since this is the RJ Frost cold storage kit and are flat pieces, I can use that saber saw and tabletop belt sander and disc sander to my advantage there. So I'll get that done and start the assembly process on it while we're waiting for the other kits to arrive, and I figure out what the heck I'm going to do there. All right, so with that, stay tuned and we'll get right into it. Alright, so we saw how I truncated and cut the pieces. I have, as an example, on this side here, I've taken the bottom piece and the top piece, gave them a rough sanding out on the belt sander, then came in with file and sandpaper and evened it out, and glued them together, and added putty on the back side for a little added strength and to stop any possible light bleed. Okay, as I mentioned previously, all these pieces have been given a coat of gray primer to help stop light bleed as well. Okay, let's take a look at those sections that I cut away with. All right, as an example, this piece was actually between this top section and this middle section. So I have this extra. Likewise, I have this section, which was between the top and bottom there. And on the other side, this section. Okay? All of those pieces will get used in some capacity sooner or later. Then what I did was I took the base piece that comes with the kit and added the 3 truncated pieces to the base because I had to cut away the section on each side. There was the base for the dock. On this side over here, I cut away that base. All right. It can now go under here. All right. So that's where we stand now. And I have to build the dock for this side and the dock for this side. Now, because of the proximity of the track, I have cut down the rail side dock, which is this piece, to this width. So it will be right here. And that's the next step. We'll add it on, we'll add the front dock on, then we have some awnings to do, and we can finally finish up all the little detail stuff. So hang tight. Alright, so we've got it all, the initial assembly done, and we have given it light coats and matching up of the and hiding of the putty. We still have a lot of parts to put on. We still have weathering to do. We have added the copper strips for lighting. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the rest of the detail on here. And then we'll get around to weathering and lighting. So hang tight and we'll get right after it. With that, all right, we've got it all assembled. It's lit. Light weathering. Looks a little more weathered than what it actually is. Next time I break out the airbrush, I'll paint up that porch and stairway right there on the side of the building. But overall, it turned out great. That is not the final place for it, as I've discussed previously. As I see how the brewery and the furniture factory work out, I'll make the final determination of what goes where. So anyway, with that, I want to thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad. Tip of the day, number 175, Building Aurora, part number 8, and the R.J. Frost
cold storage facility. So, had a lot of fun with it. Building Aurora's coming along. So, again, thank you for joining me here at the Retirement Railroad Matinee Modeling Tip of the Day. I'm Steve, and y'all have a great day. Bye now.